Nowadays, we hear a lot about the use of sanctions and often feel their impact on our lives, whether a specific state is directly affected or not. Unilateral coercive measures are measures taken by states or international organizations without or beyond authorization of the UN Security Council, and which cannot be qualified as countermeasures or retortions in accordance with international law. As a result, such measures are illegal. Any secondary sanctions, administrative, civil, or criminal penalties for the circumvention or failure to comply with such unilateral coercive measures are also illegal. The widespread use of unilateral coercive measures, means of their enforcement and overcompliance, results in violation of human rights, including the right to life, the right to health, the right to education, the right to access to justice, and others. The Sanctions Monitoring and Impact Assessment tool developed by the UN Special Rapporteur on the negative impact of unilateral coercive measures on human rights allows everyone to tell their story on human rights violations caused by the application of unilateral sanctions. The tool is designated to document violations, prepare reports on the negative impact of unilateral sanctions on specific human rights or vulnerable groups, advocate for victims of human rights violations resulting from unilateral coercive measures, and promote accountability for those responsible. All information entered into the tool is strictly confidential and will not be disclosed or shared with any state, international organization, body, organization, or the third party. There is no need to undergo through or exhaust any domestic legal procedures prior to filling the tool. You can submit information as soon as you have experienced a breach of your human rights as a result of the application of unilateral sanctions, means of the enforcement and overcompliance. The tool can be completed by an individual, a non-governmental organization, a state, a scientific or academic institution. The tool contains 11 blocks on the impact of unilateral sanctions on human rights and 5 on the social groups that are most affected by such coercive measures. You are not required to complete each and every block or answer all questions in a block in order to report your situation, but rather you can select those which are relevant to you. For example, if you are a patient dependent on the supply of a certain medicine that is no longer available in your country due to unilateral sanctions, secondary sanctions, or overcompliance, you can select the Right to Health block and answer one question about the impact on access to medicine and submit the form. The tool doesn't have to be submitted during one session obligatory. You can complete it partially, then resume and continue at your most convenient time. Monitoring tool is an important instrument to document facts, reveal causality links, and to protect human rights.